So today our class is called Effort with Ease, and it's going to be a Rocket 3 inspired full moon vinyasa flow. So last night the moon was full in Virgo. So Virgos tend to be quite perfectionist and detail oriented. So this moon kind of might make you criticize yourself and have a lot of self-judgement. So in this class, we're going to work with letting go of those judgments, focusing not so much on being perfect, and just the mantra will be I am enough. So I'll just give a little bit of background about Rocket Yoga. It was developed based off Ashtanga Yoga, which is kind of a very strict form of yoga, which always follows a very set routine. So the people who came up with Rocket didn't want it to be so strict, so they wanted it to be a bit more playful, and you're able to kind of change it and do it in your own way. So that being said, it's definitely just Rocket inspired, because the people who really do Rocket Yoga are a bit crazy. They do handstands and everything in between, so we won't be taking it that crazy, but hopefully a little bit challenging and a little bit easy. So like our theme, Effort with Ease. So in yoga there is stira and sukha, so it's all about finding balance, balancing the effort with the easiness, just like the sun and the moon, the yin and the yang, those energies. So I'm going to take it over to the mat now. So if you want to join me in an easy seat on the mat, you can use a blanket under your hips if you want to elevate your hips a little higher. And we'll just take a pranayama breathing technique just to ground ourselves before we get started. So this is left nostril breathing. So moon energy is associated with the left side of our bodies, the feminine side, the intuition, watery side, the more easy side, so the yin side of yoga. So if you take your right hand and bend your index and second finger in, take your thumb out and leave these other two fingers out. Take your left hand in the Gyan Mudra, just place it on your left knee. So with your right thumb, block your right nostril, and we'll just breathe in slowly through our left nostril. And exhale only through the left nostril. Same again, inhaling. And exhaling. A couple more like that at your own pace. Inhaling. Exhaling. One last time, inhale. And exhale. So release your right hand from your right nostril and bring your palms down onto your knees. Just allow your eyes to close and settle in to the moment. Focusing on the breath. Centering yourself. Just thinking about maybe any emotions or things this full moon might have brought up to the surface. So when the moon is full, it shines its light on all the good and bad parts of yourself. So everything you might want to keep pushed down, keep hidden, emotions, they come to the surface. Just reminding you to take the time to look within yourself. Just as the moon shines bright once a month and then the new moon is in darkness once a month, just reminding you to take the time to go within yourself and take time for yourself. On your next inhale, flutter your eyes open. If you're sitting on something, you can remove it, or you can stay on it if you want to, because the first pose we'll take is going to be an easy twist. So bring your left hand to your right knee and your right arm behind you and just twist around to the right, looking over your shoulder. Inhale here. And exhale back to center. Take your hands out in front of you and fold forward. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come up all the way. And let's switch sides. So take the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind your back. Inhale to lengthen the spine. And exhale to twist, looking over the left shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, look back to center. Exhale, release. Inhale, take the hands out forward. Exhale, fold down. Inhale. Exhale, pushing your sit bones into the mat and really grounding down. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come up all the way. So come down, lying onto your back. And on an inhale, raise both legs so your heels are over your hips, feet are flexed. Palms can ground into your mat and lower the right leg down, but not all the way down. Keep it hovering off the mat. Inhale, bring it back up, and exhale, switch, left leg comes down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, switch. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, switch. This time, lift your shoulders up off the mat if you can while your right leg is up, and bring your hands to frame your right leg. Inhale, switch, and switch your hands to frame your left leg, keeping the shoulders raised. Inhale here, exhale, switch. Inhale here, exhale, switch. Lower the hands back down and lower the left leg down to the mat. So lying on your back, plant your left foot down into the mat and bring your right ankle over your left knee and flex that right foot. Inhale here and exhale. Bring your right knee and your left knee in towards your chest and thread the needle through the space in between your legs. Keep that right foot flexed and pull your thigh in towards your chest, keeping your shoulders on the mat. If this is enough, you can stay here. If you want a little more, maybe you can grab the outside of the shin, getting a deeper stretch. You can use your right elbow to press against your right knee, just to deepen that stretch in the outer right glute and hamstring. Inhale here. And exhale, release the left foot back to the mat. We'll switch sides. So right foot plants and left foot crosses over right knee. Left foot is flexed. Inhale, bring the knees in to reach between the space. Clasping your hands behind your right thigh. Inhale here. Exhale. If you want more, you can take it around the right shin. You can press into the left knee with the left elbow. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, release the leg back down to the mat. Straighten the legs out. On an inhale, bring your knees into your chest and hug them in. You can cross the ankles and begin to rock back and forth on your spine. Inhaling and exhaling. Eventually rolling up to seated. From here, take it around to tabletop position. So your wrists are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips. And we'll just tuck our toes and lift the knees about 1 inch off your mat. Inhale here. Exhale, hold it. Inhale. Exhale, release. Untuck the toes, and on an inhale, sweep your right hand up to the ceiling. Roll out your wrist. And exhale, thread your right hand between your left arm and your left knee, so your right shoulder is down on the mat. If this is enough, stay here and tuck, or if you want some more, you can tuck your back toes so your back leg is straight. If you want even more, you can bring that left foot out to the side and lift the left arm up and back behind you. Exhale, bring the left hand back down to the mat. Just bring the left foot back behind you. Tuck your knee and come back up to your tabletop position. Can you see me, guys? Sorry. Yeah, okay. On an inhale, we'll switch sides. So bring the left hand up and over, roll out the wrist. Exhale, bring the left arm under the right shoulder through the space, threading the needle, stretching out your left shoulder. If this is enough, stay here. If you want a deeper stretch, lift the back right knee, tuck the toes. You can take that right knee out to the side if you want more, and raise your right arm up and back behind you, creating a deeper stretch in the neck and shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale, take your right hand back down to the mat, and the right leg back behind you, coming back up to our tabletop position. So we'll take some cat-cows here. On an inhale, drop your belly, lift the chest, look up at the ceiling. On an exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, round the upper back, protract the shoulders, cat back, pressing the mat away, straight arms. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest, look up, press into the mat, cow pose. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, push the mat away, round the back. So a few more like this at your own pace. Inhaling, up, exhaling, pushing the mat away. Inhale up, exhale. If you want to make this more fluid and round, you can add some circle motions in, like a barrel roll. So inhaling when your belly is down and exhaling when your back is up. So from here, we'll take it down onto our bellies and plant the forearms straight out in front of you. Elbows are under the shoulders. Fingertips grip the mat. Strong feet, so your pinky toes are grounding into the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, lift the chest up for Sphinx pose. If you want to keep your shoulders straight, you're not crouched in, you have to lift up.
Noelle, Danielle's just in the waiting room there.
Danielle trying to come in. I'll just let her in. Sorry, guys. From our Sphinx pose, exhale, lower the forehead back down to the mat. And we'll take a cobra pose. So just bring the palms of your hands under your shoulders. Same strong feet. Sides of the feet grounding into the mat. Inhale, lift the chest, look forward, broaden the collarbones. And exhale, lower back down. If you're tightening your shoulders, keep your hands under your shoulders. If you're more open, you can take your hands underneath the elbows for our second cobra pose of vinyasa. Inhale, press into the mat and lift the shoulders up forward. Collarbones are wide. Strong feet grounding into the mat. This pose, you should be able to lift your hands and still maintain the back bend. Inhale. Exhale, lower it down. We'll take one more like that. Inhale, bring it up. Broaden the collarbones, look forward. Imagine your hands are pulling back towards your feet. Inhale here. Exhale, lower it down. From here, push up through our tabletop back to a child's pose. So you have two options for your child's pose. Your knees can be wide and toes can be touching, and hands can be out in front, chin or forehead on the mat. That's better in your lower back, or if you are tight, maybe you want to bring the knees together and fold over your knees, bringing your palms alongside your feet, forehead to the mat. So your choice, how it feels in your body. But at any time during practice, if you want to take rest, you come back to your child's pose. Inhale here, exhale. If the hands weren't already out in front of you, take them back towards the front of the mat. Come up to the hands, tuck the toes, and take it up for downward facing dog. So in our down dog, hands are shoulder width distance, fingers are spread. Index fingers pointing forward or middle finger, depending on how it feels for you. Forearms firmed in, shoulder blades are wide. Lengthen the side body, ribs and navel draw in. Feet are hips with distance. Outer hips and the tailbone reach up and back towards the ceiling. If you need to bend your knees to keep your spine straight, go ahead and do so. Imagining your heels grounding down into the mat eventually. Inhaling here, exhaling. So if your heels don't come to the floor or your knees are bent, it's no problem. It's more about keeping your spine straight and long. Again, downward facing dog is a resting pose. So if you want to come back to this pose at any time during the practice, you can. So here we'll just quickly check our neck. Nod your head yes, shake it no. You can take any movement you want in your down dog. Bending the knees, taking your dog for a walk. Inhaling, exhaling. From here, slowly walk the feet towards the hands. Try and keep the hands flat on the mat if you can't, no problem. In our forward fold, weight is in the toes. Sit bones are over the heels. Imagine the crown of the head reaching down towards the mat. Vertebrae per vertebrae, length in between each vertebrae of the spine. Inhale here, exhale. Take a hold of opposite elbows, ragdoll. You can have a bend in the knees here if you need to, no problem. Inhale, exhale. So keeping the slight bend in the knees, slowly release the elbows and roll up as slow as you can, vertebra per vertebrae, keeping the chin tucked until you come up to standing. So our Samasthiti pose or Tadasana pose, mountain pose. Traditionally, big toes are touching and there's a little space between your heels. If you're tighter in your hamstrings, you might want to keep your feet at hips width distance. So your body, your choice. From here, inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. And interlace the fingers, making kind of a gun with your hands, Kali Mudra. So just the index fingers are out. I'll just turn so you can see. Inhale here, reach the shoulder blades up. And exhale, bend to the left, hips go to the right, grounding into your feet. Inhale here, exhale. So you don't want to just dump, you want to lengthen and then reach. Inhale here, exhale back to center. Inhale, stretch the arms up. And exhale, take it over to the right side, hips go towards the left. Inhale here, look up towards the sky. Exhale. Inhale and exhale back to center. So from here, inhale, sweep the arms up, look up, and exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, Uttanasana. Weight is in the big toes, knees can be bent, crown of the head reaches towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. So your hands can be on your shins or on the floor, depending on how it is for your body. Look forward and exhale. Plant the palms on the mat. Take your right leg back and then your left leg back to meet it for a high plank pose. So in our high plank, your shoulders are over your wrists, your balls of your feet are over your toes, and your body is in one long line. From here, you can lower the knees, untuck the toes, and bend the elbows so your chest and chin come to meet the mat. Elbows firming in towards the mid-body. Inhale, slide forward, looking forward for cobra pose. Strong feet on the mat. Exhale through tabletop position on the knees. Tuck the toes, bring the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale out the mouth. Take any movement you need in your down dog. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, your variation. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sweep the arms back up overhead. Exhale, hands back to heart center. That is one Sun Salutation. We'll do one more. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Knees can be bent. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Take it back to our high plank. Your choice of vinyasa, knees, chest, chin. Or if you want a more challenge, you can take chaturanga. So inhale from your high plank. Shift your shoulders past your fingertips. Exhale, bend the elbows 90 degrees. Chaturanga Dandasana, looking forward. Inhale, roll over the toes for upward facing dog. Micro bend in the elbows, broaden the collarbones, look forward or up if you have no pain in your neck. Exhale, roll back over the toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale here, exhale out the mouth. Inhale, exhale. So at any time we take a vinyasa, it's totally up to you. You can skip it. You can do a cat-cow. You can take knees, chest, chin like we did first, or you can take the chaturanga variation. Your choice. Inhale here, come up onto the tippy toes, bend your knees, look forward and walk the hands feet between the hands. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, back to Samstiti. I'm going to just take off my jacket. So here we'll take a sun B. So inhale, sweep the arms up, bend the knees, chair pose, Utkatasana. So in chair pose, your weight is in your heels. Your shins are straight and your knees are bent. Arms reach up overhead. They can touch or they can be in a Y shape if you're tight in your shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands and take it back for your vinyasa. If you'd like to jump back, you have to land in chaturanga with bent elbows. So inhale, exhale, jumping back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right foot up and back. Then exhale, bring it to replace the right hand, coming up for a crescent lunge. Keep the ball of the back foot up and over the toes and sweep the arms up. Inhale, exhale. 90-degree bend in the front knee. Inhale, exhale. Inhale here, exhale, plant the hands and take it back for your vinyasa. Keeping knees, chest, chin, cobra pose. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, replace the left hand with the left foot. 90-degree bend in the left knee. Knee over ankle. Back foot all over the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up for crescent lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, go deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Plant the hands and take it back for your vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, back to down dog. Inhale here. Exhale it out through the mat. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Slide out the mat. Inhale here, come to the balls of the feet. Exhale, bend the knees and take it forward for our halfway lift. Inhaling. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up back to our chair pose. Knees are bent. And exhale, back to standing. So that was our Sun Salutation B. It's probably the hardest part over and done with because there's 3 vinyasas in a row, which is quite a challenge. So from here, we'll take it back to chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees and sweep the arms up overhead. Check that the weight is in the heels by lifting your toes. When you look down, you should be able to see your toes. Inhale here, exhale. Utkatasana or fierce pose, translation. It's a hard one to hold. It looks easy, but it's not. Inhale here, interlace your fingers and press the palms towards the ceiling. And exhale, lower it down for half chair. Thighs are parallel with the ground. Inhale here, and exhale, take it all the way down for a malasana or yogi squat. So I'll just turn sideways so you can see. Your feet are planted on the mat. Knees press into the elbows and elbows press into the knees. Hands are at heart center. If this is too much or you need some extra support, you can take a block or whatever you're using instead underneath your bum. Inhale here. Exhale. pressing into the knees. If you'd like to play with crow pose, you can stay in your malasana, your yogi squat, or you can try and play with the arm balance. If you have a strong chaturanga, so the 90-degree bend in your elbows, you want to keep your upper back rounded like cat back. So bring your big toes to touch together and come up onto the balls of your feet. Knees are wide like in malasana. Hands plant into the mat, fingertips grip the mat. So that's quite important. You're going to take your knees as high up as you can on your upper arms. And if you want to, you can put a cushion in front of your face to get over that fear factor of face planting into the mat. Also, if you need to elevate your feet, it makes it a little easier to keep your feet up higher. So plant your hands, fingertips grip the mat, inhaling up, exhaling, bend the elbows 90 degrees, look forward, point your toe and lift it into your bum. Do the same with the other foot. Keep practicing that until maybe you can lift both. And hold it. I actually find it easier without the block. And jump back into your vinyasa. Inhaling upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you're in malasana, just step back to your high plank. You can take your knees, chest, chin option. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, slide out the mouth. If you'd like to take a child's pose here, feel free. If you're with me, take it back to downward facing dog. And on an inhale, sweep your right foot up and back behind you. Come up onto the ball of the left foot. Take your right foot to replace your right hand. Your left foot turns 45 degrees. 90-degree bend in the front knee. Take it up for our warrior one pose. Inhaling here, exhale. Grounding into the back side edge of the back foot. Inhale, exhale, bend into the front knee. Ribs and navel draw in, strong core. On an inhale, bring your hands interlaced behind your back and fold forward, keeping that bend in the front knee for humble warrior. You can use your knee as kind of a shelf for your shoulder, but eventually you want to be off that knee, folding forward, trying to get your forehead to touch the floor. Inhale here, exhale, come back up. We'll take our arms out to a T for our warrior two. Now our feet should be on one line like a tightrope. Inhale here, exhale, bend into the front knee. Ribs and navel draw in. Collarbones are broad. Inhale, exhale. That knee is tracking over the second toe, so it's not floating in or out, but dead in front of your foot and over your ankle. Strong back foot. Back inner thigh is rotating up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, deepen. Spine is long. Tailbone is tucked under. Inhale. Exhale. On an inhale, flip the front palm and bring it up towards the sky. Back arm can go down the back leg or it can reach around and grab the front inner thigh, your choice. Inhale, you can look up at your upper hand or down at your back foot, depending on how it feels in your neck. Inhale here, Exhale. Inhale, come back to our warrior two. Straighten the front knee. You might need to walk your back foot in a little bit, depending on how it feels. And if you have a block, it might be nice to use it for our triangle pose. Inhale, reach as far as you can with your front hand. And exhale, tick-tock the arms down to the ground. And sweep the left arm up and look up at the left fingers. If you have any pain in your neck, you can look down at your right foot. Triangle pose. Your shoulders are stacked. Your hips are in one line. Imagine you're pressing into a wall behind you and you're trying to keep your upper body straight. So this pose is about lengthening the upper body. So I can just dump into my top body and still reach the ground, but you want to keep it long and lifted. And there should not really be much weight in your front hand that you can hold your pose without dumping all the weight down into your right arm. Eventually, peace fingers go around your big toe for the traditional Ashtanga variation. Inhale here, and exhale, take it back up. We'll switch our feet, so our feet are now back on train tracks. So left foot's on the left side of the mat, right foot's on the right side. Hips are squared, pointing forwards. Inhale, reach the left arm forward and take it down for a revolved triangle. You can use your block. Your hand can be on your shin or inside or outside your foot. Inhale, peel the right arm up. Look up at the right fingertips. So you want to keep your hips closed in this pose. So imagine driving your left hip forward and your right hip back. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale, remove your block if it's in your way and take it up for a pyramid pose. So our feet are still on our train tracks. Front leg is straight. Fold over that front leg. You can be up on your blocks, trying to keep your spine straight. Exhale, fold. Stay in hip position. Imagine your left hip is pushing forward and your right hip is pushing back. Trying to keep those hips square. If you had flashlights on your hips, they should be pointing towards the front of the edge of your mat. From here, we'll take it back so our feet are back on our tightrope for our side angle pose. So bend into the front knee 90 degrees like warrior 1 and 2. Back foot is strong, ground into the pinky side edge. You can bring your right elbow to your right knee and use it like a shelf and sweep your left arm up and over. Inhaling here, exhale, look up. So you want one long straight line from your back heel to your hip to your upper arm. If you want, you can play with bringing your hand down to the ground inside your foot, onto your block, or behind your foot for the most traditional variation of this pose. If you want to play with a bind here, bring your right hand in front of your right knee, shimmy your shoulder under, and bring your left arm up and behind your back, and try and make a connection between the two hands. Open that left shoulder and look up. If you can't get it and you have a strap or a tea towel or anything, you can make it easier by using that to pull yourself. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale, take your hands down to the mat, come down onto the forearms.
Make sure your feet are back on the train tracks for a lizard lunge. If you're up here and your hands are just under your shoulders, that's okay. If you can, take it down to the forearms. Do. Inhale here, exhale. If you need to drop the back knee and tuck the back toes, feel free to do that. Inhale, exhale. On an inhale, we'll sweep the arms up for Anjaneyasana. Exhale, deeper into that front knee. You should feel this in your left hip flexor. Inhale here, exhale. Take the hands to heart center. Bring the left elbow to the right knee and twist around for revolved side angle. Inhale here, exhale. If this is enough, stay here. If you want some more, you can tuck your back toes and lift that back knee off the mat. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhale, plant the hands to bring the front foot and step your right foot back to meet the left for a high plank. Taking your vinyasa, whichever option you want, knees, chin, chaturanga, your choice. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Back to downward facing dog. Inhale here. And let's take one big sigh out the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Come down onto your knees for the tabletop. And then lower onto your forearms. So your elbows are underneath the shoulders. Palms are planted into the mat. Fingertips grip the mat. You want to get your inner wrists down onto the mat as much as possible. Inhale here. Exhale. Tuck the toes and lift the legs up. You can keep your knees bent if you need to, but try and straighten the legs and walk your feet in as far as you can to your elbows for dolphin pose. Trying to get your hips over your shoulders, which are over your elbows. This is really hard on your shoulders if they're not open, so please come out of it if you're feeling any pain. Inhale here, exhale. If you're okay, press into your elbows, lifting the shoulders up. You can play around with lifting one leg up. Exhale, lower it down. Play around with lifting the other. Maybe one day hopping up into your forearm balance. Inhale. Exhale, lower it down to the knees. And we'll take it back for a child's pose after that. Inhale. Exhale. Connecting to your breath. Feel your forehead grounding into the mat. So all these poses are grounding poses because Virgo is an earth sign. So we're trying to ground ourselves by staying low to the mat, staying on our feet. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, walk the hands back out in front, tuck the toes, come back up to a downward facing dog. And we'll repeat on the left side. So inhale, sweep the left foot up and back. Come up onto the ball of the right foot. Exhale, bring the left foot down to meet the left hand, replacing the left hand. Pivot the back foot out 45 degrees. So our feet are on our train tracks. Again, sweep the arms up for warrior one. 90-degree bend in the front knee. Knee over ankle, knee tracking over the second big toe. Inhale, look up. Exhale, go deeper. Grounding into the pinky side edge of the back foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, clasp the hands behind the lower back. If you can get the heels of the hands to touch, do. If you can't, we can keep it out, that's fine. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward for our humble warrior. You can use the knee as a shelf, or you can take it deeper. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, take it back up. Front knee is still bent for our warrior two, but adjust the stance so your feet are on your tightrope again. Deep bend in the front knee, arms out to a T. Inhale. Exhale. Broaden the collarbones. Ribs and navel draw in. Keeping the core engaged, gazing over the front fingers. Inhale, flip the front palm, and exhale, take it up and back for our dancing warrior. You can look down at the back foot or up at the hand. You can have the arm down the back leg or bound in front of the front knee. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale, arms come back to a T. Straighten that front knee. You might want to walk your back foot in a bit. Feet are still on the tightrope. Arms out to a T. Inhale, exhale. Reaching as forward as you can. Tick-tock the arms down. Shoulders are open and stacked. Inhale, exhale. You can be on your block, keeping the length in the upper body. Imagining pressing your shoulders against the wall, keeping that upper body straight in one line. Inhale here. Exhale, look down. Pivot the left foot to the left side of the mat, right foot to the right side of the mat, hands to the hips. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward for pyramid pose. You can, of course, be up on your blocks or up. And exhale, lengthen the spine over the left leg. So the right hip now is pressing towards the front and the left hip is pressing towards the back, keeping those hips squared and your flashlights shining forward. Inhale, reach the right arm out in front and bring it to the outside of the left foot or onto your block on the inside or outside, your choice. And sweep the left arm up and open for our revolved triangle. Looking up at the left fingers. Keeping those hips squared. Exhale, lower down. You can bend back into the front knee. Take our feet back onto our tightrope. And sweep the right arm up and over for our side angle. Left elbow can be on the left knee, or it can be on the block, or you can try for the bind. So the left arm comes under the left leg, the right arm sweeps behind and clasps, opening that right shoulder, looking up. Grounding into the back foot. Strong straight line on your body. If you need to use the strap or a towel, you can pull your shoulder back that way. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, lower the back knee, making sure our feet are back on the train tracks, so on opposite sides of the mat. Coming down for the lizard lunge. On your forearms, you can be up on your hands. Inhaling here, feel the stretch in the left hamstring and groin. Inhale, come up for anjaneyasana or low lunge, sweeping the arms up. Inhale, exhale, deepen into the front bend. Feeling it in the right hip flexor. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take the right elbow to the left knee. Twist. So you're really pressing the left elbow into the right elbow into the left knee and the left knee back into the right elbow. But keeping your knee trapped over your middle toe. If that's enough, stay here. Or if you want some more, tuck the back foot and lift the back knee up. Inhale, look down at the left foot, plant the hands on the mat. Take it back to our high plank for your choice of vinyasa. So that can be your knees, chest, chin, your chaturanga up dog, or you can skip it and just go straight to down dog or child's pose, your choice. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale here, exhale, slide at the mat. We'll take it back down. We'll try that dolphin pose again. Planting the forearms onto the mat, inner wrists ground down, fingertips grip the mat, elbows under shoulders. Inhale, tuck the back toes, lift the knees. You can stay here or you can walk it in as much as you can. You can keep a bend in the knees, of course, if you need to. Inhale, exhale. If you want to work on opening your shoulders up, you can clasp the hands and take some dolphin dips. Inhaling here, exhaling forward. Inhale back, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, come down onto your knees, untuck the toes and take it back for child's pose. Inhale, exhale at the mat. Inhale, slide the hands out in front of you, tuck the toes and take it up and back for downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift the right foot up and bring it in, the knee in towards your nose. Lower your right knee behind your right wrist. Right ankle comes behind the left wrist. We're our reclined pigeon pose. So back leg is straight back behind you. Tuck the toes and lift the knee and lower the thigh back down. Make sure the front foot is flexed or pointed to protect your knee. Inhale it up here. Exhale, lower down onto your forearms. Staying here, or if you can take it down further, take it all the way down to your forehead. So this is a strong hip opener. And just like the moon bringing up your emotions, these hip openers can often release emotions. They say we store our emotions in our body, especially our hips. So it's normal to feel those coming up in this pose. Inhale, walk your hands back under your shoulders. Come up to sitting. If you like to play with the back bend here, you can lift your back leg up and try and reach back for it with your left hand. If you can just imagine actively reaching, if you can't actually get it, if you can get it, catch it and pull it in towards your glute. Inhale here, exhale. If you want to take it further and you have the balance in the front, you can try and hook your toes into your left elbow and bring your right hand up and back to meet it. Don't fall over. Or just stay here. Inhale. Exhale. Release the back foot down. Exhale. Sweep the left foot up and over to the outside of your right knee. You can, of course, straighten out this right leg in front of you if you need to. Keep your sit bones grounded into the mat. Hug your left hand into your left knee. Your right hand into your right knee. And hug your left knee in. Take the left hand behind your lower back. Inhale, reach the right hand up. Exhale, right hand to outside the left knee. And twist, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, straighten the spine. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, look back to center. Exhale, release. Inhale, take the left leg out in front of you. Just scoot your legs behind. We'll take it back up to downward facing dog. To repeat on the left side, inhale, sweep the left leg up and back. Exhale, bring the left knee to the left wrist. And the left toes towards the right wrist. Keeping that right foot flexed. Right foot is straight out behind you. Tuck the toes, lift the knee and lower it back down. Inhale, stand up straight. Exhale, take it down to the forearms. If you can go further, of course do. You can make a little pillow for your forehead with your forearms. And just breathe. So, yoga is the dance between control and surrender. Between pushing and letting go. So the poses we were doing before this were more controlled. And now we're just letting go. Inhale, walk your hands back onto your shoulders. Exhale, if you want to bring your left foot closer into your right hip to try going for that back bend, it will help with the balance. You can bring your left hand to your left knee or in front of you. Lift the right foot up and reach back with the right hand. Inhaling here. Exhale, pull it in towards the glute. You want to keep your shoulders framed towards the front of the mat. Inhale, try and hook your right toes into your right elbow crease. And if you can, bring the left arm up to connect with the right. For mermaid pose. Strong hip opener, back bend and balancing pose all in one. Inhale here and exhale, release the back foot if you had it. And swing your right leg across and plant it on the outside of your left knee. You can, of course, straighten that left knee, left leg out to the front of the mat if you need to. Inhale, bring the left arm around the right knee and hug it in. Lengthen the spine. Exhale. Plant the right hand behind the lower back. Inhale, left hand reaches up to the sky. Exhale, left elbow outside the right knee. Push that elbow into the knee and the knee back into the elbow and twist. Looking over the right shoulder. Inhale to lengthen the spine and exhale to twist deeper. Inhale here, exhale, take it back to center. So inhale, straighten your legs out in front of you. You might want to shake them out a bit after all of that. Inhale, sit bones ground into the mat. You might need to move some flesh around. Inhale, feet are flexed and strong. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, fold over the legs. If you're here, that's all good. Keep your spine straight and long. Exhale. Imagine your chin reaching towards your shins. Inhale. Exhale. If you have a strap or a belt or anything, you can bring it around your feet and use it to pull yourself deeper. If you need to bend your knees, you can, of course. Inhale here. Exhale. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come up all the way. And lower all the way back down onto your mat. Inhale here, lift the legs up and keep them up straight, feet are flexed. If you have a block or a blanket, it might feel nice under your lower back. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale and exhale, lower the legs down. Can remove the block or the blanket. Plant the feet, hips width distance apart. You should be able to kind of touch your ankles. And inhale here, lift the hips up for a bridge pose. You can stay here like this in a Pilates style bridge, or you can walk your shoulders under yourself and clasp your hands together underneath for a yoga style bridge, lifting the hips up, knees over ankles, neck is long. Inhale here, exhale. It can feel nice too to put a block or any prop underneath your hips here for a more restorative version of the pose. We can just relax into it. If you'd like to try wheel pose, back bending pose. You can keep your feet as they are, strong feet grounding into the mat, knees point towards the ceiling. You don't want your knees to fall in or out, and you don't want your feet to turn in and out. So feet, toes pointing forward. Inhale, come up into your bridge pose. Take your hands by your shoulders, fingertips facing the foot side of your mat, and turn slightly out to each side. Strong feet on an inhale, press into your hand and come up onto the crown of your head. Elbows pushing in and reaching towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, push into your hands. Strong feet, pushing the chest through the gateway of the arms. Pelvis reaches towards the ceiling. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck the chin, gently lower down, vertebra per vertebra, slowly onto the mat. Bring the soles of your feet to touch and knees fall out wide. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Recentering yourself. Back bends tend to make your heart race. If you're in the wheel pose, that's normal. Inhale, bring the knees together and bring them up into your chest, pulling them in. Inhale, push the knees out. Exhale, pull them in. Inhale, push them out. Exhale, pulling them into the shoulders. Straighten the left leg down towards the mat. Keep the right knee pulled into the shoulder. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and shimmy your hips over to the right and twist your right knee around to the left side. Right arm out like a T on the right side. Look to the right. Inhale. Exhale. So if you feel it in your lower back more, if your knee is lower down or if your knee is higher up, just play around with the knee position and the twist and see what feels good in your body. Inhale, take it back to center. Exhale, release the right leg down. Inhale, take the left knee into the chest, hug it in. Exhale, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Shimmy the hips to the left. Bring the left knee over to the right. Left hand out to the left, look left. Twist. Playing with that knee position to get the best stretch for your body. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, release the legs out. On an inhale, lift the arms and the knees in and scrunch yourself, your whole self up into a tiny little ball like this. Squeeze up with your face, tense everything in your body. Inhale, exhale. Exhale, release down to the mat. Feet are as wide as your mat. Arms are wide out beside you, palms facing up. If you'd like to put a blanket under your knees for your savasana, you can if it feels better in your body. Take any last movements you need to be fully comfortable. Take a deep inhale. Sigh it out the mouth. Letting go, releasing everything we did. Let go of control over your breath. Let go of control over any muscles in your body. Let go of control over your thoughts. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax your face muscles. Tongue falls away from the roof of the mouth. Lips are slightly parted. Feel gravity pulling your body down into the mat. Everything relaxes. Relax the shoulders, upper back, chest. Whole left arm and hand, right arm and hand. Relax your stomach and hips, lower back, your whole left leg and foot. Your whole right leg and foot, whole body is relaxed. You can, of course, stay in this Shavasana position for as long as you want. Slowly bring awareness back to your breath. Make small movements with your fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Bring the feet together and point the toes. Bring the arms up overhead, hook the thumbs. Take a big morning stretch. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, roll onto the left side of your body, our feminine side and moon side. Make a little pillow with your forearm and bring the knees into the chest in the fetal position. Stay here for a few moments as you prepare to re-enter the world. Keeping your eyes closed, press into your right hand and come up to an easy seat on your mat. Hands can be on your knees. taking notice of how you feel now compared to the beginning of class. What's shifted, what's changed, what have you let go of, what have you accepted. Coming back to our mantra of I am enough and I accept myself. To be beautiful means to be yourself. You don't need to be accepted by others. You only need to accept yourself. Bring your hands at prayer to heart center. And take a moment to thank yourself and your body for taking this time to show up for you. You have gratitude for all the things that your body does for you. Inhale, bring the hands up to the space between your eyebrows. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come back up. Open your eyes. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me today. Namaste.